Want to speak real Norwegian from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at norwegianclass101.com.
Hello everybody and welcome to this class. My name is Annette and I'm gonna teach you top 25 phrases in Norwegian. Let's get started. Hallo. Hello. Hallo. Actually, in Norwegian, the word for hello is so similar that even I mess it up. Hallo. Hello. God morgen. Good morning. God morgen. Good morning. Well, this is basically almost the same. God ettermiddag. Good afternoon. God ettermiddag. Good afternoon. God natt. Good night. God natt. Good night. Time for bed. Hva heter du? What's your name? Hva heter du? What's your name? Actually, this means something like, what are you called? Jeg heter Annette. I'm Annette. Jeg heter Annette. My name is Annette. Or literally, I'm called Annette. Hyggelig å møte deg. Nice to meet you. Hyggelig å møte deg. Nice to meet you. A very useful phrase when you meet somebody for the first time. Hvordan går det med deg? How are you? Hvordan går det med deg? How are you? Maybe if you haven't seen somebody for a long time, you can use this phrase. Jeg har det bra, takk. Hva med deg? I'm fine, thanks. And you? Jeg har det bra, takk. Hva med deg? I'm fine, thanks. And you? You could make this phrase even shorter and say bra, takk. Med deg? Vær så snill. Please. Vær så snill. Please. Yeah, this is a very useful phrase you can use in almost any situations if there's anything you want. Takk. Thank you. Takk. Thank you. We also have the phrase tusen takk, which literally means 1,000 thanks, if you want to be more polite. Vær så god. You're welcome. Vær så god. You're welcome. It's my pleasure. Ja. Yes. Ja. Yes. Nei. No. Nei. No. Greit. Okay. Greit. Okay. Actually, you can just say okay as well, as it's very commonly used in Norwegian too. Unnskyld meg. Excuse me. Unnskyld meg. Excuse me. Unnskyld is a very useful phrase. When you want to say sorry, you can also say unnskyld. Jeg beklager. I'm sorry. Jeg beklager. I'm sorry. Or you can say unnskyld. Hva klokka? What time is it? Hva klokka? What time is it? Actually, hva klokka literally means what is the clock? Kan jeg få regningen, er du snill? Could I get the check, please? Kan jeg få regningen, er du snill? Could I get the check, please? Unfortunately, those bills aren't gonna pay themselves, you know. Vent et øyeblikk. Wait a moment. Vent et øyeblikk. Wait a moment. Øyeblikk actually means I blink, so wait just a blink of an eye. Hvor mye koster denne? How much is this? Hvor mye koster denne? How much is this? Well, yeah, as we all know, Norway is a really expensive country, so you're gonna need a lot of money traveling there. Hjelp. Help. Hjelp. Help. Easy to remember, almost the same. Ser deg senere. See you later. Ser deg senere. See you later. You can also say vi ses senere. We'll see each other later. Farvel. Goodbye. Farvel. Goodbye. Actually, this is kind of a heavy phrase. It's like farewell in English. And it's usually used if you're saying goodbye to somebody you're not going to see in a very long time. So usually we would just say ha det bra. Ha det bra literally means have it well, so it just means stay well. Jeg vet ikke. I don't know. Jeg vet ikke. I don't know. Sometimes you don't know. Nothing to do with that. That's all for now. Thank you all for watching. Please let us know if you have any questions or comments. Also, don't forget to like our video and subscribe to our channel. Thank you, goodbye!
Hei, jeg heter Nora. Hi everybody, I'm Nora. Welcome to NorwegianClass101.com's Norsk på 3 minutter. The fastest, easiest, and most fun way to learn Norwegian. In the last lesson, we learned how to count in Norwegian. I hope you spent some time practicing the numbers because they will come in handy for this lesson. We're going to learn how to go shopping in Norway. Before we go, you need to know how to say how much is it? Hvor mye koster den? Hvor mye koster den? Okay, are you ready to go shopping in Norway? Let's go. You see something you like and you want to ask the shopkeeper how much it costs. The first thing to say is Unnskyld. Do you remember what that means? Excuse me. Unnskyld, hvor mye koster den? Unnskyld, hvor mye koster den? Now, in Norwegian, all nouns have gender. The sentence above is referring to a masculine or feminine gender object. If the object is a gender-neutral word, the sentence would sound like this. Unnskyld, hvor mye koster det? Unnskyld, hvor mye koster det? The only thing that changes is the pronoun. Den becomes det. There is one more pronoun you can use when pointing at pairs of something or a bundle of something. You change the pronoun to de. Unnskyld, hvor mye koster de? Unnskyld, hvor mye koster de? At this point, the shop clerk can answer by saying den koster, det koster, or de koster. For example, den koster 55 kroner, det koster 55 kroner, or de koster 55 kroner. What number is 55? It's 55. It costs 55 kroner. Now it's time for Nora's insights. The pronoun you will use most often is det, because not only is it used to ask prices of neutral gender objects, but also services like a haircut. So get used to asking, hvor mye koster det? Hvor mye koster det? At this point, can you count kroner in Norwegian? We are going to learn how to do this and much more in the next lesson. I'll be waiting for you in our next Norsk på 3 minutter lesson. Ses neste gang!
Hello and welcome back to Top Norwegian Words. Today we're looking at 10 questions you should know in Norwegian. So let's get started. Hva heter du? What's your name? Hva heter du? What's your name? Jeg heter Annette. My name is Annette. Hvordan går det med deg? How are you? Hvordan går det med deg? How are you? Jeg har det bra. I'm good. Hvor er du fra? Where are you from? Hvor er du fra? Where are you from? Jeg er fra Oslo. I'm from Oslo. Når er bursdagen din? When is your birthday? Når er bursdagen din? When is your birthday? Bursdagen min er 20. januar. My birthday is the 20th of January. Actually, my birthday is in December, so December. Hvor bor du? Where do you live? Hvor bor du? Where do you live? Jeg bor i Bergen. I live in Bergen. Bergen is a nice city. If you live there, you're lucky. Hvor jobber du? Where do you work? Hvor jobber du? Where do you work? Jeg jobber i kommunen. I work at the municipality. Hva er telefonnummeret ditt? What's your phone number? Hva er telefonnummeret ditt? What's your phone number? Mitt telefonnummer er 90 45 40 50. My telephone number is 90 45 40 50. Now, of course, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna give out my number. Hvor lærte du norsk? Where did you learn Norwegian? Hvor lærte du norsk? Where did you learn Norwegian? Jeg lærte norsk gjennom en nettside. I learned Norwegian through a website. NorwegianClass101.com. Liker du norsk mat? Do you like Norwegian food? Liker du norsk mat? Do you like Norwegian food? Ja, jeg elsker norsk mat. Yes, I love Norwegian food, especially salmon. Salmon is delicious. Har du vært I Norge? Have you been to Norway? Har du vært I Norge? Have you been to Norway? Ja, jeg har vært I Norge 3 ganger. I have been to Norway 3 times. Okay guys, that's all for now. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please let us know in the comment section below. Also, go to norwegianclass101.com for more info and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you and see you again. Bye bye. Ha det bra.
Welcome to NorwegianClass101.com's Norsk på 3 minutter. The fastest, easiest and most fun way to learn Norwegian. Hei, jeg heter Nora. Hyggelig å møte dere. Hi, I'm Nora. Nice to meet you. In this series, we're going to learn basic Norwegian expressions. It's super easy and it only takes 3 minutes. In this lesson, you're going to learn how to introduce yourself in Norwegian. You only need to know 2 sentences. Let's see how Norwegian people introduce themselves. Hei, jeg heter Nora. Hyggelig å møte deg. Hi, I'm Nora. Nice to meet you. Hei, jeg heter Nora. Hyggelig å møte deg. Start by saying, Hei, jeg heter. Then say your name. Hei, jeg heter Nora. Finally, say, hyggelig å møte deg. Hei, jeg heter Nora. Hyggelig å møte deg. And now, let's see the same sentence in a different format. Hallo, jeg heter Nora. Hyggelig. Hello, my name is Nora. Nice to meet you. Hallo, jeg heter Nora. Hyggelig. So, what has changed from the previous introduction? Let's take a close look at these together. Hei has been substituted with an alternative greeting, hallo, Norwegian for hello. In a formal setting, you would say your full name, but it is better to just use your first name when being introduced to new friends. Hyggelig å møte deg has been shortened to just hyggelig. When meeting someone in a formal context, for instance at work, hyggelig å møte deg would be the most appropriate greeting. When being introduced to new friends, hyggelig will do. One more time. One way to introduce yourself in Norwegian is Hei, jeg heter Nora. Hyggelig å møte deg. An alternative way to introduce yourself is Hallo, jeg heter Nora. Hyggelig. Now it's time for Nora's insights. When you introduce yourself, it's a good habit to shake hands in Norway. While hyggelig å møte deg is slightly more formal than just hyggelig, you don't need to worry too much about which one you use. If you use one of these sentences with Norwegian people, they're definitely going to be impressed. Do you know how we say thank you in Norwegian? You'll learn how to say this and many other words in the next Norsk på 3 minutter lesson. Takk, og ses neste gang. See you then.
Hi everybody, this is Annette from NorwegianClass101.com. Today we're looking at how to respond to the phrase how are you in Norwegian. So let's get started. Hvordan går det med deg? How are you? Hvordan går det med deg? How are you? Hvordan går det med deg? How are you? Bare bra takk. Just fine thanks. Og du? And you? Og du? And you? Hvordan har du hatt det i det siste? How have you been recently? Hvordan har du hatt det i det siste? How have you been recently? Hvordan har du hatt det i det siste? Helt forferdelig. Totally horrible. Jeg har det bra. I'm fine. Jeg har det bra. And Norwegians are very bad at small talk, so the conversation might just die after jeg har det bra. Okay. Jeg har det greit. I'm not bad. Jeg har det greit. I'm not bad. Yeah, you know, life goes on. It's not bad. It is what it is. Livet går videre. Life goes on. Jeg er trøtt. I'm sleepy. Jeg er trøtt. I'm sleepy. Denne kjedelige samtalen gjør meg trøtt. This boring conversation is making me sleepy. Jeg føler meg dårlig. I'm feeling bad. Jeg føler meg dårlig. I'm feeling bad. Right now it's winter here, so a lot of people, you know, get the flu or get really heavy colds and stuff. So at this time of the year, it's a very commonly used phrase. Jeg må ta fri fra jobb fordi jeg føler meg dårlig. I have to take a day off work because I'm feeling bad. Jeg er okay. I'm okay. Jeg er okay. I'm okay. Okay is a very commonly used word in Norwegian as well, so if you don't remember your Norwegian, just say okay. Jeg har det flott. I'm great. Jeg har det flott. I'm great. Actually, my hometown Bergen is infamous for a lot of rain. So this is not a phrase you can use that often if you visit Bergen, unless you visit in the summer and you're lucky. Takk for at du spurte. Thank you for asking. Takk for at du spurte. Thank you for asking. You can also say tusen takk, which means literally 1,000 thanks, or mange takk, which means many thanks. Okay, everybody, that's all for now. Thank you so much for watching. You've just learned how to respond to "How are you?" in Norwegian. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you have any questions or phrases you like to use in Norwegian, you can leave them in the comment section below. And we'll see each other again next week. Goodbye, ha det bra!
Want to speak real Norwegian from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at norwegianclass101.com.
Hi, jeg heter Nora. Hi everybody, I'm Nora. Welcome to NorwegianClass101.com's Norsk på 3 minutter. The fastest, easiest and most fun way to learn Norwegian. In the last lesson, we learned how to be grateful to people by saying takk. In this lesson, we learned some of the most common greetings used in Norway. Er dere klare? Are you ready? La oss begynne! So let's start. The most used informal greeting is hei. Hei. Hei means hi. We use it when we meet people. We can use this greeting with anyone. But it isn't the only way to greet someone. We also have hallo. Hallo, which means hello. And more time-specific greetings like god dag. God dag. Literally, god dag means good day. As a rule of thumb, we can use god dag only during the daytime, from morning until evening. During the evening, we say god kveld. God kveld. Kveld is Norwegian for evening, so god kveld means good evening. Finally, in the mornings we say god morgen. God morgen, which means good morning. God dag, god kveld, and god morgen are used when we meet someone, but when we leave, we don't say them again. When parting ways for a long time, we usually say ha det bra. Ha det. bra. Ha det bra means be well, but translates best as goodbye. Finally, in Norwegian we have an expression meaning see you soon. Ses. Ses. Now you can greet people in many different ways in Norwegian. Let's review them all again. When meeting friends or someone we don't know, hei or hallo. When leaving, we say ha det bra. When leaving but want to imply see you soon, we say ses. It's easy, isn't it? Now it's time for Nora's insights. In formal situations, Norwegian people commonly greet each other by shaking hands. However, if we meet someone we are very friendly with, it's common to give hugs. Don't be afraid to try it out with your Norwegian friends. During the next lesson, we'll learn the meaning of the phrase Snakker du engelsk? Do you already know it? I'll be waiting to talk with you about it in our next Norsk på 3 minutter lesson. På gjensyn!
Hi everybody, this is Annette from NorwegianClass101.com. Today we're looking at 20 travel phrases you should know. So let's get started. Kunne jeg fått et kart? Could I get a map? Kunne jeg fått et kart? Could I get a map? Well, these days, if you have a smartphone, you might not really need a map, like a physical map. You can just check your smartphone. Unless you're at a museum or something, maybe they have a map of the floors. Snakker du engelsk? Do you speak English? Snakker du engelsk? Do you speak English? Nowadays, there's quite a lot of Norwegians who speak English very well. So in general, I think you wouldn't have a problem if you don't speak that much Norwegian. But of course, the locals will be very happy if you try to learn some phrases and show your interest in the language. Går det en buss fra flyplassen til byen? Is there a bus from the airport to the city? Går det en buss fra flyplassen til byen? Is there a train running from the airport to the city? Both Oslo and Bergen have trains going all the way to the city center, so perhaps this might also be a convenient alternative. There is also usually a specially dedicated bus going to the city from the airport, which we call flybussen. Flybussen literally means the airplane bus or the fly bus. Wi-Fi gratis? Is the Wi-Fi free? Wi-Fi gratis? Is the Wi-Fi free? I love to travel, and one of the first things I would ask for reaching a new destination would probably be, is the Wi-Fi free? You can't get around anywhere without Wi-Fi these days. Hva passordet til Wi-Fi-en? What is the password to the Wi-Fi? Very useful. Har dere noen ledige rom I kveld? Do you have any vacancies tonight? Har dere noen ledige rom I kveld? Do you have any vacancies tonight? Well, recently a lot of travelers prefer to book private apartments as well, so I guess if you're traveling to Norway, you might want to check out your options in advance before traveling there. Fortunately, Norway is a relatively safe country, so if you're forced to sleep outside, then of course I wouldn't recommend it, but in the summer, it might not be too bad to sleep outside too. Kan jeg flytte til et annet rom? Could I move to a different room? Kan jeg flytte til et annet rom? Could I move to a different room? Naboene mine bråkete. My neighbors are noisy. Jeg har en reservasjon. I have a reservation. Jeg har en reservasjon. I have a reservation. Har du reservasjon? Do you have a reservation? Kan du gi meg navnet ditt? Can you give me your name? Kunne vi fått menyen, vær så snill? Could we have the menu, please? Kunne vi fått menyen, vær så snill? Could we have the menu, please? The phrase vær så snill actually means be so kind. So, could you be so kind? Har dere noen anbefalinger? Do you have any recommendations? Har dere noen anbefalinger? Do you have any recommendations? Jeg anbefaler å reise til Norge i mai. I recommend traveling to Norway in May. During the summer season, there are a lot of tourists visiting Norway from all over Europe and America and Asia as well. If you want to beat the crowds, you should travel to Norway in May. And particularly the 17th of May is the Norwegian National Day, and this is where you can experience the most fun, like parades and people dressing up in their national costumes. So, well, if you travel to Norway, then this should be the season to go. Kan jeg få regningen? Could I have the check? Kan jeg få regningen? Could I have the check? If you forget this phrase, you might be better off just asking in English rather than to make a big fuss and like trying to get their attention and stuff. Jeg allergisk mot peanøtter. I'm allergic to peanuts. Jeg allergisk mot peanøtter. I'm allergic to peanuts. So in Norway as well, we have a lot of different types of allergies. You can have pollen allergy, or you can have pet allergy, dyreallergi, or maybe you're allergic to shellfish, skalldyrallergi. If you're allergic to something, make sure to check out the correct words before going to Norway. Vann du snill? Water, please. Vann du snill? Water, please. Du snill means are you kind? So, could you be so kind to bring me water? In Norway, we take a lot of pride in our clean, fresh water. So even in most restaurants, you wouldn't have to pay for water. You get it straight off the tap water, but it's delicious, and as a Norwegian, I have to say that it's the best tap water in the world. Norsk vann det beste vannet I verden. Norwegian water is the best water in the world. If you want to know how much Norwegians value their water, you should check out the brand Voss water, which is also named after a Norwegian city. Hvor mye dette? How much is this? Hvor mye dette? How much is this? Norwegian prices always include the tax and the tip, so at least you don't have to worry about any extra surcharges being made that you're not aware of. Finnes det et billigere alternativ? Are there any cheaper options? Norway can be quite expensive, so maybe you can ask. Jeg vil gjerne ha 10 av disse. I'd like 10 of these. Jeg vil gjerne ha 10 av dette. I'd like 10 of these. Kan du gi meg en rabatt? Can you give me a discount? Kan du gi meg en rabatt? Can you give me a discount? It is not really common to give discounts in Norway, so you should be a bit careful about asking for discounts. You might be thought of as rude. Jeg tar dette. I'd like this. Jeg tar dette. I'd like this. Depending on the gender of the word, you might have to use denne instead of dette. For instance, you can say dette bildet, this picture, but you would say denne boken, this book. Jeg tar denne boken, or Jeg tar dette bildet. Tar dere kredittkort? Do you take credit card? Tar dere kredittkort? Do you take credit card? Actually, it's quite rare to find a place that don't take credit cards, so usually you should be fine. Hvor togstasjonen? Where's the train station? Hvor togstasjonen? Where's the train station? Or hvor busstasjonen? Where's the bus station? Or hvor busstoppet? Where's the bus stop? Unnskyld meg, hva billettprisen? Excuse me, what is the fare? Unnskyld meg, hva billettprisen? Excuse me, what is the fare? The Norwegian government is trying to make more people use public transport, so they are doing their fair share of works to subsidize the fares of like local buses and trains, but transportation is still not cheap in Norway compared to other countries. Kan du være så snill å ta et bilde av meg? Could you take a picture of me, please? Kan du være så snill å ta et bilde av meg? Or maybe you could just use your selfie stick. Or if you're traveling with your friend, you can say, kan du være så snill å ta et bilde av oss? So the us meaning us. Okay, everybody, that's all for now. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Top 20 Travel Phrases You Should Know. If you have any comments or questions, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. And don't forget to like and subscribe, and go to norwegianclass101.com for more. See you again next week. Goodbye. Ha det bra og god tur.
Hi, jeg heter Nora. Hi everybody, I'm Nora. Welcome to NorwegianClass101.com's Norsk på 3 minutter. The fastest, easiest, most fun way to learn Norwegian. In the last lesson, we learned the most common forms of greetings in Norwegian. Do you remember them? In this lesson, we're going to learn a very useful phrase. Do you speak English? If you find yourself in a situation where you need assistance in English, this phrase can be a lifesaver. And because you're asking it in Norwegian, you can be sure that everyone will understand what you're saying, even if their answer is no. Here's the most common way to say it. Snakker du engelsk? Snakker du engelsk? Norwegian is a pretty straightforward language. We conjugate verbs based on time, which means we have past, present, and infinitive. The question, snakker du engelsk, translates as, are you speaking English? The verb snakker, to speak, is in the present tense. The second word in the sentence, du, simply means you. And you probably recognize engelsk to be English. Snakker du engelsk? To learn how to properly conjugate verbs like snakker, please check out our Absolute Beginner series on NorwegianClass101.com. You can find very detailed grammar lessons and resources there. Like English, there are many ways to ask this question. Let's look at another one, also pretty similar to English. Kan du snakke engelsk? It's literally the equivalent of can you speak English? Kan du snakke engelsk? Adding unnskyld, excuse me, to the sentence would make it unnskyld, kan du snakke engelsk? Unnskyld, kan du snakke engelsk? The responses you will receive could be one of these three. Ja, yes, ja. Litt, a little, litt. Nei, jeg kan ikke snakke engelsk. No, I can't speak English. Nei, Jeg kan ikke snakke engelsk. Since this last one is a negative statement, we need to say ikke before the verb snakke. Notice also that the verb snakke is slightly different than snakker. Remember, the verb changes depending on the time it is in. We are now talking about the infinitive, since it is coupled with kan, which means can. Now it's time for Nora's insights. For those of you who don't just speak English, you can obviously use this question with any language you need. Norwegian people study other European languages at school, so maybe you will get lucky. Just substitute engelsk with italiensk for Italian, fransk for French, spansk for Spanish, tysk for German. In this lesson, we mentioned the expression unnskyld, but did you know that this could also be used as an apology? In the next lesson, we will learn this and other ways to apologize in Norwegian. I'll see you in our next Norsk på 3 minutter lesson. På gjensyn!
Hi everybody, this is Annette from NorwegianClass101.com. Today we're looking at top 10 ways to prepare your travel. So without further ado, let's get started. Velg reisemålet ditt. Choose your destination. Vennligst velg reisemålet ditt. Vennligst velg reisemålet ditt. Please choose your destination. Well, choosing a good destination is certainly step number 1 of your travel. Kjøpe en guidebok. To buy a guidebook. Jeg skal kjøpe en guidebok. Jeg skal kjøpe en guidebok. I'll buy a guidebook. Nowadays, you can find a lot of information just by searching the internet as well, so traveling is getting more and more easy. Spare penger. To save money. Jeg sparer penger til neste ferie. Jeg sparer penger til neste ferie. I'm saving money for the next holiday. Well, as you probably already know, traveling is slightly expensive in Norway, so make sure you've earned and saved up a lot of money before you go there, and you'll find that you can travel around easier. Få visum. To get a visa. Hvordan får man visum? Hvordan får man visum? How do you get a visa? So I guess the rules and practices for getting a visa to Norway depends on your country of origin. If you're lucky, you might be able to go to Norway without a visa. If you're a part of the Schengen, for instance, then you can pretty much go to Norway without having to worry about the visa at all. Bestille flybillett. To book a flight. Kan du bestille flybilletter? Kan du bestille flybilletter? Can you book flights? The good thing about traveling to Norway by plane is that it's getting cheaper and cheaper thanks to a lot of low-cost carriers. So at least you can get to Norway for cheap, even though you can't really travel inside of Norway for that cheap. Undersøke kostnadene. To research the costs. Jeg skal undersøke kostnadene først. Jeg skal undersøke kostnadene først. I'll research the costs first. Yeah, it might be a good idea to do some research about the costs before going to Norway, or you might get yourself a shock. Bestille overnatting. To book accommodations. Skal vi bestille overnatting sammen? Skal vi bestille overnatting sammen? Shall we book accommodations together? If you're going to Norway and you want to experience something spectacular when it comes to accommodation, you might want to visit the north of Norway, where you can try to sleep in a snow hotel, for instance. Yeah, there are many interesting alternatives out there. Få et internasjonalt førerkort. To obtain an international driving license. Du må søke om et internasjonalt førerkort før du drar. Du må søke om et internasjonalt førerkort før du drar. You have to obtain an international driving license before you leave. Well, it will definitely be easier to get around in Norway if you have an international driving license. But there are trains and buses available as well for the major tourist destinations. So don't despair if you cannot get one. Pakke. To pack. Jeg ferdigpakket. Jeg ferdigpakket. I'm finished packing. Since Norway is located in the north, you might want to bring some warm clothes just in case, even during the summer. But on the other hand, you might get surprised that it's quite hot in Norway during the summer as well, so you might not need it. But then on the other hand, if you're unlucky with the weather, you'll definitely regret not having brought warm clothes. Kjøpe reiseforsikring. To buy travel insurance. Det viktig å kjøpe reiseforsikring. Det viktig å kjøpe reiseforsikring. It is important to buy travel insurance. Well, yeah, I actually experienced getting into an accident surfing in Bali many years ago, and if I didn't have a travel insurance back then, it would have cost me a fortune. So whatever you do, please don't forget to buy your travel insurance. Okay, everybody, that's all for now. Thank you so much for watching. We've been looking at top 10 ways to prepare your travel. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and go to norwegianclass101.com. And if you have any questions or comment, please leave them in the comment section below. And I'll see you again next week. Ha det bra, vi ses igjen!
Hei, jeg heter Nora. Hi everybody, I'm Nora. Welcome to NorwegianClass101.com's Norsk på 3 minutter. The fastest, easiest and most fun way to learn Norwegian. In the last lesson, we learned some words used when apologizing in Norwegian, including unnskyld and beklager. In this lesson, we are going to learn numbers in Norwegian. Yes, numbers. Tall. From 1 to 10. And you are going to learn them in only 3 minutes. 3 minutter. Are you ready? Let's start. 1. 1. 2. 2. 3. 3. 4. 4. 5. 5. 6. 6. 7. 7. 8. 8. 9. 9. 10. 10. Okay, now repeat after me. I'll say the numbers and give you time to repeat each one. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Great job! What is before 1? Do you know? It's 0. 0. You don't have any more excuses. You can give your friends your cell number in Norwegian. Let's try together. We'll use the phrase nummeret mitt which means my number is. Nummeret mitt Nummeret mitt 9 2 1 3 5 8 7 4. Can you read it by yourself? 9 2 1 3 5 8 7 4. Perfect. Now it's time for Nora's insights. If you're just starting out, it's okay to say your cell phone number like this. But most Norwegians will actually use double-digit pairs. So, not 9213, it's 92, 13, and so on. Once you learn how to say compound numbers, come back to this lesson and try to say the phone number in the natural way. Do you know the Norwegian word for 100? Here's a hint. It's very similar to the English word. In the next lesson, we are going to learn the numbers from 11 to 100 in Norwegian. Your task now is to practice the numbers we studied in this lesson from 1 to 10. Ses neste gang.
You've studied for a while and are ready to talk to people and practice what you've learned. But where do you start? Starting a conversation in a new language can seem a bit intimidating. How do you just jump into it? In this video, we'll look at 5 ways to start conversations. Number 1, introduce yourself in your target language. This is usually one of the first things you learn when you start studying a new language. And sometimes, starting a conversation, or continuing one, is as simple as introducing yourself. Number 2, talking about the weather. This is a universal talking point. People talk about the weather all over the world. And just saying, "It's really nice today," is enough to start a conversation. A great way to practice your weather conversation skills is to check out our Can-Do lesson pathway. This series of lessons teaches you how to talk about the weather in your target language. Number 3, give compliments. Compliments are a great way to start a conversation. You can compliment something about your conversation partner's city, country, or something specific to them personally. "Hey, your bag is super cute," or "That ice cream looks delicious." These kinds of compliments can lead to further conversation about what you complimented. In this case, it could be fashion or a local restaurant. This is a great way to make quick connections with people. Number 4, ask for help. For example, you can ask for directions, ask about prices, or request recommendations for restaurants or shopping spots, and let the conversation go from there. People are usually happy to lend a helping hand to tourists who are visiting their city. Number 5, learn phrases for transactions. This can include getting a room at a hotel or telling a taxi driver where to go. When you're traveling overseas, you'll need to talk to other people in your target language. And while this might be a bit scary at first, you'll find that the people you meet are just happy that you're trying to communicate with them. So get started talking in your target language now. For even more tips on how to start conversations, check out our complete language learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account by clicking on the link in the description. Get tons of resources to have you speaking in your target language. And if you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a new language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. I'll see you next time. Bye! Great work! Here's a reward. Speed up your language learning with our PDF lessons. Get all of our best PDF cheat sheets and ebooks for free. Just click the link in the description.